Hi! Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Thank you for watching part 2. Hopefully I actually get this up and I'm actually consistent with this. But hi! If you guys didn't catch part 1, make sure to check it out. Currently, I have no idea what's going on. So let's just, I guess, go into it. I don't know. I don't have anything to say. Looking over the video from last time, I feel like I still didn't get any insight. I don't know. So we're just in for a ride. It's called Find the Girl. I didn't know that. Okay. Interesting. I guess we are finding the girl. Okay. At the time, the majority of the servants at the mansion were men. However, the ladies of the house all had Abigails. We learned what that meant already. Look at us. We're learning. Okay. So there were several women servants, myself included. The maids, by and large, were selected from the daughters of other esteemed families. Also, I realized that I most certainly just started reading this in my voice instead of the voice that I gave the maid, even after I realized that it was from the maid's perspective, relaying this. And I'm going to be honest, I think I'm still going to do that. I think while we're doing this, it's just going to be easier on me. And then once we get back to her actively if she does, I mean, there are scenes with her, so I'm assuming we're gonna actually jump back to her. I'll switch back to her voice then. Anyway. The maids, by and large, were selected from daughters of other esteemed families. It was, you could say, a sort of training before they entered society. The girls would serve at houses even more powerful than their own. And the white-haired girl, Mel, saw the night before, was one such maid. When he heard this, Mel could not sit still any longer. Oh, I didn't really think this through, did I? I don't even know where she is. I'm guessing she's probably Mother's maid. White hair. It has to be the girl from last night. But deep down, he was having difficulty believing the young woman he had seen the previous night was truly here to be a servant. And can you blame him? When he saw her, she was an absolute mess. Hardly what you would envision from a girl of class. But he did not seek her to find out whether that was true. He merely wanted to see her once more, to ascertain whether what he had witnessed the previous night was real or his imagination. And he wanted to have an actual conversation with her. I don't want to run into Mother. That would be awkward. Why? How would it be awkward? It's in, how big, I know this is a mansion, but, does he not run into his mother often? Is that uncommon for him? I mean, he was heading towards his mother's bedchamber, but the closer he drew, the heavier each step grew. He rounded a corner, debating whether or not to head back, and stopped in his tracks. On occasion, wishes do come true. When Mel turned the corner, he saw her, the same girl, that same white hair. Oh, she's so pretty. I really think that's us. Maybe I'm wrong. She appeared to be cleaning the hallway. She traced along the wooden carvings lining the walls, making certain not to miss even a speck of dust. The girl wore a pristine dress, the uniform of the mansion's Abigails. There was no longer any filth to obscure her beauty. All that had covered her pure white hair and glass-like skin was no longer. The one thing that had not changed was her listless ruby eyes. Pardon me. Hearing his footsteps, the young woman raised her head. She caught Mel's gaze and for a brief moment merely blinked at him in silence. I'm trying to remember the voice I gave for her. I knew it was I did semi-emotionless. I can do this. Lord Mel, yes? Your father informed me of you. Did he? I guess I don't need to introduce myself then. I believe she made an attempt to smile, though it was difficult to tell, and she quickly dropped her gaze back to the floor. Flax and Ruby met only for the briefest moment. Oh, that's a cool sentence because of the eyes. It's maybe this is a love story. I don't know. I feel like there's romance somewhere in here. She seemed to be looking at both someone and no one at all. Everyone here truly has the most beautiful color of hair. Did you have business with the mistress, Lord Mel? I can let her know if you would like. No, I was looking for you. For me? Mel felt as though all the blood in his body had begun to flow backwards. He could not effectively describe the sensation, but in a word, it resembled panic. On his way to find her, Mel had come up with a number of subjects he wanted to talk about, and he generally had little trouble speaking with others. He had had less experience interacting with women, this was true, but the time he had spent around Nellie had kept him from stumbling too much. Until then. Yes, for you. Why would you be looking for me, Lord Mel? I was wondering how you were doing. Pardon? I'm quite fine. Oh, that's her. The stuttering made me think we were switching back to him. I'm quite fine. Good, that's great to hear. You fool, Mel, what are you even saying? You have more important things to ask, like where she came from. Or tell her she has pretty hair and eyes. But I don't want to trouble her too much. Okay, I'm glad that my suspicions, I feel like my suspicions from before have been confirmed to be false, and I'm very happy about it. I was a little nervous. I shan't speak it into existence again, but like, I'm glad. Okay, anyway, moving on from that. I hated that okay. So nervous. Lord Mel? Yes? Sorry, you just suddenly fell silent. Was I, in your way? In my way? No, not at all. What are you up to? I'm cleaning? Well, yeah, I didn't even need to ask. Oh, sorry. Hoo-hoo. Haha. Get me out of here. Oh. Okay. You're cleaning. Oh, poor boy. It's so funny because he was supposed to be so cool, like, according to everyone. That's so funny. Oh, you can just let the other servants take care of the cleaning. You're one of the noble's daughters we took in, right? Then why is Mother making... No, I am doing this because I want to. The mistress appeared to be busy, and I could not simply be idle. But I enjoy cleaning. Well, if you say so. Say, yesterday. His mansion is truly a thing of beauty. All the many roses in the garden, even the furnishing has had a great deal of thought put into it. This family must have a wonderful sense of aesthetic. Oh, yeah, thanks. Did she just change the subject on me? I'm delighted to have been given the opportunity to serve at such a magnificent house. Mother and father actually had nothing to do with that. Not even the garden. And that's all been around since my grandfather's time. This mansion was a complete wreck when he bought it. Oh, was it? Frankly, I'm surprised you paid money for it. The chandelier in the foyer was shattered and only half attached to the ceiling. Most of the decorations on the walls were broken. I can hardly imagine. This is marvelous. An impressive house. I'm sure he'd be flattered to hear it. My grandfather was a bit of an eccentric. He liked to do things people didn't expect just to watch the looks of surprise on their face. He was the kind of man who would buy a mansion that was beyond repair just to give it a completely new life. This is respectable. That's cool. I mean, it's cool for a rich person, you know? I'm assuming it was rich. They're all like nobles. They have to be. Everyone who had seen the property before it was renovated was astonished. They regretted not taking the opportunity themselves, seeing the transformation it underwent. Huh? I was just thinking that you're kind of like this house. Smooth, Mel! Smooth! Smooth as ice. Alright. What do you mean by that? I mean, when you first arrived. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. He's trying to change back the subject. I didn't even think about that. I just thought he was freaking flirting, which I guess he was, but inadvertently also trying to bring. That was smart. It was a smart move on him. Smart move. Trying to topic change. Oh, no, never mind. Forget it. She'll figure out you were peeping on her, stupid. She hasn't yet. Has she? Yes. It's nothing. The more I think about it, you and the mansion aren't really comparable. Oh? The truth is, it being a rundown mess isn't the only reason nobody wanted to buy this house. They say... What the hell was that? Then all who dwell within this house shall be... Okay. Alright. Spooky vibes. Then all who dwell within this house shall be met with misfortune. Do you believe it? I'm just kidding. It's not actually true. It's all rumors and hearsay, embellished to make the tale more exciting. The rumors only started because of how it used to look. If the mansion truly begot misfortune, then we wouldn't still be here. Well, they gotta die at some point, so, guess we'll see how that goes. And it wouldn't explain how my grandfather died. Do you know how he passed away? No. How did he? Now what? Why are you just telling this story? Oh god. Oh god. What a way to go. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Inside a lovely lady. What? Believe it or not, that was how he died, together with a young, beautiful woman. Was he cheating on his wife? His time ran out when he was making love to her, they say. A rather crude way to go. But he was hardly misfortunate. Oh, God. I guess that's true. Alright. What'd I tell you? Yes? Just so you know, I promise I didn't inherit my grandfather's propensity for such base behavior. I am pure of body and spirit, dedicated wholly to my studies, so... My gosh, Mac. He's so into her. Oh my god, okay. What an awkward little boy. My god. Hey, she laughed. My apologies. No, it's fine. Anyway, we were talking about the mansion, right? I've always thought it was kind of a strange place myself. That dress you're wearing, it was found here after my grandfather bought it. It was found here and you just started using that design again? Okay, it's a little weird. It's a little weird. I don't know, I wouldn't keep clothes that I find in a mansion that I buy that were left behind. That's just me. I don't know. I feel like there's something weird about that. I mean, there's something weird about all of this, I guess, but, you know. You don't see that kind of design around these parts, so I'm guessing it was probably imported. The architecture is really old-fashioned, too, which must have caught Grandfather's eye. When he announced his plans to buy it, the entire family opposed his decision, but he refused to budge. Renovation upon renovation gave the mansion new life, but all of his work, he was most fond of the roses in the garden. He collected species from all across the world, and every time he got a new one, he would summon gardeners to arrange and grow them. It took incredibly long to complete. There were even some that wouldn't grow in the climate of this land, but Grandfather refused to give in. He truly loved roses. Me, I don't really get how someone could be so impassioned about them. It's just embarrassing every time someone calls this house the Rose Manor. Perhaps the roses were meant for someone. What? I'm simply speculating. Roses make wonderful gifts, after all. Indeed, they do. If you like roses as much as Nellie, then you're welcome to go see them for yourself. Pick as many as you'd like. If anyone asks, just say I give you permission. Don't be shy. I'm sure it'll get tiring if you do all you do is work. No, I'm sensitive to sunlight. Oh, that's unusual. Girl a vampire? Pale white skin, red eyes? Like, okay. Maybe she's the witch. I thought it was well, it still could be the maid. I think it's still the maid. Perhaps that explains why you're so pale. I had no idea. That sounds rough. And your skin is so pretty, too. You don't seem terribly surprised. What? No, I'm very much surprised. Or would you have preferred a more dramatic response? No, I expected you to find it disturbing. I'm sensitive to sunlight and can hardly spend any time outside. That makes me sound like some kind of demonic creature. Are you? Oh, you worry too much. There's not a monster in this world as sweet as you. Ah! Yes? Are the other maids teasing you, perhaps? That black-haired one especially, she's... how should I put it? A little frightening. Almost as if she has a steel heart or something. She's impenetrable. Right, she's one of Mother's maids too, isn't she? Now I'm even more worried. Since you refuse to follow my instructions, you are henceforth Hellspawn. I can imagine her saying that. Oh, and again. I'm very sorry. No need to apologize. In fact, I wish you'd laugh more. She's actually very kind to me. And everything she does with incredible precision and efficiency. She looks so young, and yet she has such skill. I don't think she's young. How long has she been here in the mansion? Actually, she's been here for quite some time, but I don't know exactly how long. No one knows how old she is. It's kind of creepy. I've never once considered her such. Sorry, you're right. It's bad manners to speak ill of others. Either way, she still scares me. It's like there's no light in her eyes, or like her smiles are all faked. Oh, they are! There's no doubt. That doesn't make her any less pretty, though. The conversation died. I have to think of something else to talk about. Yes, yeah, you can ask me anything. Does the master, your father, Lord Mel, often retire from the mansion? I've not seen him around. Oh, yeah, father frequently returns home. This mansion is actually our secondary house. Oh, I didn't know that. Why do you ask, though? I was just curious, nothing more. Yes, what is it? One of the maids asked to see me, so I should be on my way. If you'll excuse me. What? Alright. See you later, then. Goodbye. Oh, right, one moment. Since you're sensitive to sun, I can pick some roses from time to time for you. For you to decorate your room. Lord Mel. That's all. Sorry for holding you up. Why am I so bad at this? She definitely thinks I'm obnoxious. I want to hide under a rock. I want to reverse time and try this over again. Roses are not becoming of me. He is too kind. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm getting really into this. Now I feel like I like the little spookiness that we got to see a peek of. I'm excited to dive more into that. That looks cool. I'm getting way more into this. That conversation like sucked me in a little bit. I liked that. I want to know more about her. You have my father. You have my father. You have my thanks, Father. And I apologize for being late today.
Now there's something unusual. You not being punctual. Maybe next time we'll go a whole month without rain. Do have mercy on next year's crop smell. You hyperbolize. Why have I forgotten how to say this? To Google. Hyperbolize. Why did I think it was No, I think I said that. Hyperbole? Hyperbole? Oh, hyperbole is like the verb. Okay, anyway. You hyperbolize, father. So, did something nice happen? Huh? You look like you're in good spirits. Do I? No, nothing. Something did happen, didn't it? It's all over my face, isn't it? People prefer an open book to a face of stone. So it is. People may prefer it, but it's not a good trait to have for social engagements. What? Not the kind of engagements you'll be having anyway. Oh. This priest sucks. I'm sorry, don't look so dejected. For now, at least, there's nothing wrong with that. So tell me, what has you in such a joyous mood, Mel? You torment me so, father. We've taken on another maid. You know how that goes, right? Someone new comes and things get lively for a while. All the excitement has gotten to me. That's all. Oh. Why are you looking at me like that? No reason. So what family does the little lady come from? Oh, I don't actually know. You don't know? I was going to ask her, but I missed my chance. Father's returned home, and I can't speak to Mother. I see. She's got your eye, has she? Yeah, she has. But the truth is, you're more than just interested in her, are you not? What? No, You truly do enjoy tormenting me. Well, I should be getting home now. Mel. Yes? Make certain you find out where she's from. If you're genuinely interested in her, it's your responsibility to determine if she's actually suitable for you. That sucks! Thank you, and excuse me. Dude, he's not becoming a priest anyway, who cares? I mean, I guess it matters for other reasons, but it still sucks. Oh, I did not press anything. What? Okay. It doesn't matter if she's from an esteemed family or not. No. I'm not in love with her. I'm just interested. It'd be shocking if you were. You just met her, boy. This isn't love, no. Yeah, it's not. You know nothing about her. You just met her. You just think she's pretty. It's alright. It's okay. It couldn't be. This is me we're talking about. Besides, I hardly even know her. That's true. You don't know her at all. Young sire. Blessed young sire. Alms for the poor. It's the same beggar as before. I don't think he's moved since then, but he looks skinnier than last time. He's going to have trouble making it through the summer. I should give him something while I still have the chance. Alms for the poor, have mercy. Sorry, but this is all I can give you. Thank you very much. Blessings upon you. May the Lord bless your soul, young sire. Thanks. I feel bad for him, but that's just the way of the world. Boy, you can change that. Whatever. Farewell. Sell one of your pieces of jewelry. You could buy a house. Jesus Christ. Whatever. The skies are really clear. The sun shone fiercely down in the town that day. As was characteristic of the area, cloudy days and rain were frequent during this season, but the sun almost always took the stage the day after a storm. The cathedral standing tall in the center of town, the stone-paved streets clacking with the pleasant sound of footsteps, the people peering out from beneath awnings to look up at the sky. In Mel's eyes, it was as if they were all blessed by a divine light. However, not everyone living in the same land was equally blessed.
In fact, the blessed were far outnumbered by the forsaken, even if their time would later come to be referred to as the Golden Age. Interesting. Elsewhere, back at the mansion, Nellie was causing trouble for the Abigails. On a whim, she decided to redecorate her bedchamber, so she gathered the maids and put them to work, shouting orders and demands and complaints. And she had not summoned only her personal servants, but others as well, including the white-haired girl.
No, not like that. How many times must I tell you? The tapestry goes by the door, and I don't like the carpet's pattern. Is there anything else we can change it with? Hey, who put this ugly vase here?
Nellie appeared to be rather irritated, and it was the servants who bore the brunt of her frustration. Though if they found this similarly vexing, none of them showed it. She was a girl who spoke her mind, a trait particular to the time in history. Women of the Golden Age were so vivacious, in fact, that it inspired parody and satire in foreign countries. But no matter how hands-off her parents were, had Nellie been born a generation earlier or a generation later, she likely would not have been able to act so free-spirited. That day, however, Nellie did not seem to be her usual self. Though she always spoke her mind, it rarely went beyond being childishly adorable. It was unusual to see her in such a foul mood, not even a smile on her face.
Get rid of all of it. The carpet, the chair, the desk, it's so ugly. Don't we have anything better? If we don't, then order it. Have it made. You can do that much, can't you? Hurry up and replace them.
Having only arrived that morning, the white-haired girl was unsure what she was supposed to be doing, caught in the middle of a flurry of maids and furniture and fabric. This is going to cause an issue for the brother. Like, this is going to be a point of contempt, I'm sure. She chased frantically, scrambling Abigails with her eyes and made attempts to help, but not being familiar with the work, she only ended up getting in their way. She probably felt that everyone would be better off with her not in the room. Been there, girly. Been there, girly. So when the maids ordered to get her new furniture made their way out of Nellie's room, she attempted to follow them.
You, hold on a second. Yes, you with the white hair.
However, Nellie stopped her before she could take her leave. What? The white-haired girl turned back, bewildered to find Nellie smiling at her. The corners of her mouth turned up in a self-assured grin. There was no trace of timidity or uncertainty in her demeanor. Her flaxen eyes seemed like they would look nice under the light of the sun. Almost the exact opposite of the white-haired girl. Hee hee.
Hee hee?
I love the maid.
I wanted to talk to you, actually, but Mother never was one to share. I asked her to trade maids, but she wouldn't have it.
Trade? You mean for...
Which is why I decided to completely redecorate my room, because then I would need some extra hands.
But why?
Because Mother and Father refused to tell me anything. Why is that? Who are you exactly? Where did you come from? Tell me, what house are you from? Why can't you tell me? If we took you in, you must be from a fairly decent family. As a member of the Rhodes family, I have a right to know. Do I not? You can't expect me to welcome a girl into my home who won't even tell me where she came from. I don't know anything about you. I haven't seen you at any parties.
I came from another country.
Another country? What country?
Somewhere very, very far away.
Oh? North of here? East, west, south?
South. It's south of here. I crossed the sea to get here, which is why we've never met before.
How far did you have to travel then? How many times did the sun rise and how many stormy nights did you face?
Innumerable days and nights we sailed, heading ever further south.
So tell me,
Lady Nellie?
That is a most wonderful painting. She tried to brush me off? I won't let her get away that easy. Painting? It's in my room. Of course it's wonderful.
But that one's especially so. You're both so adorable. You, Lady Nellie, and Lord Mel. How old were you when it was painted?
Huh? Ah, that painting. Goodness, yes, you have a good eye for art. It is magnificent, isn't it? This was done when I was 4 and Mel was 7. You see how we're standing next to each other, holding hands?
How cute. I like the art style. It looks like he has little crosses on his eyes, though, which is a little nerve-wracking there, but that's okay.
I was too young to remember it very well, but Mel looks like he was really embarrassed. But standing there like statues makes for a boring painting, Nellie explained brightly.
Having completely forgotten she was pressed up against the white-haired girl, she did a little twirl, stopping to face the portrait. Though many paintings lined the walls of her room, Nellie was most fond of the one of her and her brother. 2 darling siblings standing side by side, the older brother smiling kindly and the younger sister sweetly tilting her head, her cheeks the color of fresh-picked apples. It was like the very embodiment of their happiness. A painting lays its subjects bare, you know? Fortune and misfortune, happiness and sorrow, enshrined on canvas for all to see. And this reflection is not merely limited to the point in time it was made either. Did you know, Master, that paintings are alive? They are drawn with brush over an extended stretch of time, unlike photographs, which capture a singular moment. The two have their own individual merits, but a photograph is still while a painting moves.
She has a point here. I like that. That's poetic. I like it.
Portraits reveal both the past and the present state of those they depict.
Mel and I have always been close. I would sing songs for him and he would teach me about all sorts of things. He's so smart. Nowadays, Mel hardly even goes on walks with me, making excuses like, I'm an adult now. Though we used to spend a lot of time playing together in the rose garden.
I see. The white-haired girl normally had difficulty smiling, but her lips naturally curled upward as Nellie reminisced. A vision of the 2 happy siblings had probably swelled up in her mind, and I imagine there was a faint trace of envy in her heart as well. Lady Nellie, you love Lord Mel quite deeply, I see.
Yes, of course I do. Mel's smart and he's studious and he's incredibly kind. For my birthday, he gave me this wonderful rose necklace. The jewelry shop he got it from is famous because even the royal family makes commissions from their workshop. So he had to have it ordered months in advance. Just for me. He's a prince.
Oh?
He's pretty charming, wouldn't you say? That's why I call him my prince. But you know what? Mel is a terrible dancer, and he still hasn't got his feet on the ground yet, and he's so bad at interacting with girls. So there's no one else who would say that about him.
He is quite the gentleman. I assumed women would be drawn to him. She's gonna think that's suspicious. She didn't know they met yet. Hee.
Gentlemen? Have you met Mel already?
This morning, briefly.
That reminds me. Mel seemed to know about her, too. What do you think about Mel?
As I said, he is a gentleman.
That's not what I mean. I don't think I'll let you get away with putting any funny ideas in his head.
What?
Mel is too trusting. He's pure of heart, so I won't stand for you trying to take advantage of him.
I would never.
So you say, but you actually want to get close to him.
I wouldn't dream of it, Lady Nellie. He is a man far beyond my reach.
You aren't planning on doing anything, are you?
Not at all.
And you don't have any romantic feelings for him, do you?
What,
Well, do you?
I have no romantic feelings for him, Lady Nellie.
And you won't develop any?
I will not. And with that, Nellie gave a wide, satisfied grin. Even though one has no way of knowing how another truly feels or how they might in the future.
You wouldn't, would you? Now that I think about it, there are plenty of other boys. You getting together with Mel is downright absurd.
Well, that's happening. Oh, God, I did it again. Sorry. It's like my little mouse, like, scroll wheel does it, I think. Oh, frick. Oh, it also scrolls the text. Oh, I see. I went up. I see. Indeed.
But anyway, back to what we were talking about earlier. Your family! I almost forgot. You haven't told me exactly where you came from or anything about your...
Lady Nellie, I've brought a new carpet. Just look at the embroidery. A work of a true artisan. I'm simply in love with it. Surely you will find it to your liking as well?
Wow, you're right. That's a Florentine stitch, isn't it? I wonder whether someone mimicked the style or if it was imported. Either way, a great find. Let's hurry up and get it laid out. Oh, and we'll have to see how the colors go with everything else. We have to finish redecorating quickly so I can show Mel. He'll be so surprised. What wonderful taste you have, Nellie.
When the other Abigails returned, so too did the bustle within Nellie's room. As the white-haired girl watched, a faint smile crossed her lips. Perhaps it was from relief at having escaped Nellie's inquisition. Or perhaps... Oof. My mouth is getting dry. There's so much reading. And they have such different voices that contrasting between them kind of took some effort. Oof, 2 for the road. Nellie, I'm back.
Did you eat something you're not supposed to, dearest Mel? You're unusually cheerful.
I'm the same as always. Anyway.
Never mind that, dearest Mel. Take a look at my room. I redecorated today.
So that's what you've been doing, hiding away in the house all day, Nellie?
How is that any different from what you were doing? You were in the church all day.
I guess. I'll look at your room, I promise. But first, do you know where the new maid is? Suspicious.
No, don't get any...
Oh, wait, that's him. Sorry. No, don't get any strange ideas. I just haven't had the chance to introduce myself, and I thought I should as a member of the family. She knows you're lying! Oh, frick, Mel, you were caught. Oh, no. Excited to hear what she says.
Except you have, and I know it.
Oh, she doesn't call him out. Being the eldest son, it would be shameful if she were to pass me in the halls, not even knowing who I am. So, he's just laying it on thick. Oh, she knows he's a liar.
Don't ask me.
What? But you were in the house all day.
She attends to others, so why would I know where she is? Though she did help me redecorate my room.
You made her help? Let's work for the manservants. There's no reason to make the maids do it.
Oh, so you're saying I should invite a bunch of men into my room?
I go into your room all the time, Nellie, and you were in my bedchambers just this morning.
Only one man is allowed in my bedroom, dearest Mel, and that is you. So unless you become a servant, which I will not stand for, I will not ask any of them for help.
Oh, Nellie, you want to be a little more...
A little more what? If you're going to lecture me, I won't hear it.
What am I going to do with you, my little lady?
What? What? Why are you looking at me like that? We talked about you, dearest Mel, and I'm not going to tell you what she said.
About me? What did she say? Please, Nellie.
She said...
She gonna lie?
She said she...
Oh, no, that's the truth. That's the truth. She's not wrong. She did coerce her into it, but still, it's no lie. Little Mel over here is straight up lying.
She said she has no romantic interest in you.
What? Why did that even come up?
Because we're both girls. We talk about things like what kind of boys we like and who's the most handsome. Why do you look so downtrodden, dearest Mel? You look like a sad little boy who can't get his crush to notice him. That face is unbecoming of a prince, Mel. Are you interested in her? That's strange. You haven't even met.
I am not. It's just depressing to find out that someone you've never met doesn't like you. That's all. All right, Mel.
If I'm going to make my move, I must do so soon.
Her move?
I don't have much time. The master of the house isn't around, so next in line would be him.
What's she doing with Mel?
That painting.
What's the move? Is she gonna try to kill him? Why? I mean, that'd be my guess. I feel like we're misfortunate hour right now. Or seduce him. One of the two, I guess. Could go either way at this point with how the conversation's going.
Despite his near devastation by Nellie's news, Mel's flaxen eyes continue to wander in hopes of catching sights of the girl. By now, it should be quite obvious to you what Mel was feeling. But the boy himself was having difficulty comprehending the things going through his heart. Emotionally, he was horribly unstable, like a ship without a sail.
Ah, teenagers.
And still, every time he spotted the white-haired girl, his heart would leap, his whole body jitter with anxiety and excitement. He had never felt anything like this before, and as such, he struggled to keep these strange emotions in check. Whenever he saw an opportunity, Mel would speak to the white-haired girl. In days he was unable to, he either spent in secluded silence or distracted days. Love is a curious thing. It has the power to change those who experience it. When he did manage to approach her, he tripped over his tongue. Again and again he talked to her, and again he stumbled. I imagine if you were to take him to see a romance in the theater in his present state, he would cry just as much as little Nellie. We cry at tragedies because we draw parallels with our own lives. At least, that's what I think. Great tales of romance attain true gravity with the audience only when they're personally familiar with love.
She got a point there.
In any event, the white-haired girl was, as a result of this, visibly perturbed. She was delighted that he was being kind to her, but confusion overpowered every other emotion. She appeared to be at a loss for what to do as he clumsily catapulted words and stares at her. But Mel did not back down. No, he probably knew not what caused such fiery emotion to erupt from within his breast. One's first love, in particular, tends to burn like a wildfire. Are you familiar with the sensation, Master? Oh?
Maybe Master isn't... Like, maybe we're not the white-haired girl. Or maybe we are, but, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe we still are, but, like, not exactly... but are. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not sure who we are still. I don't think we'll find out for a second. It's gonna be some twist, and that's why I think it's the white-haired girl that we are. But I don't know.
She is on the cover with a maid, though. There she is. Is she cleaning? No, it looks like she's reading. It's now or never.
Oh.
Boo.
Ah!
Sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
Lord Mel, you very clearly meant to scare me.
Because you just wouldn't notice me. What are you reading? You looked pretty engrossed.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have asked for permission.
That's fine. No need to apologize. Feel free to read whatever you want, and you're welcome to bring books back to your room if you'd like to spend more time with them.
But I was just amazed that the mansion had a library. It must have been a lot of work to collect all these books.
There are some pretty old books here, too.
Your grandfather's?
Some that he collected, and some even older than that. Take a look at this. I think it's a diary, but it's not from this country. Or this century, for that matter. Maybe a feudal lord? Here, he's complaining about the quality of the harvest. Can this forsaken land only produce over-sour grapes? Ah, if only the largest of the, barley, or maybe barnier. If only the largest of the Barnier estates were mine instead. The land there is much more suitable for cultivation. There you have it.
You can read this, Lord Mel?
More or less. I've looked over it several times already, so that wasn't too difficult.
Why would such an old book be here?
I'm not sure. It and all of this was already here when I moved into the mansion.
Have you not lived here your whole life?
I was born at our estate. But to me and Nellie, this is more like our home. We moved when we were still young, and we've lived here ever since. Nellie and Mother have both grown fond of it. Father, though, often goes back to the house because he doesn't like all the roses.
By himself?
Why she asking? Why she asking? Girlie, why you asking? You about to kill his dad? Yeah, well, sometimes Mother goes with him. But for the most part, he goes alone. But don't get me wrong. It's not because they don't get along. In fact, they act more like teenagers in love than grown adults. It almost makes me sick having to watch it.
It is a wonderful thing to be so close, no matter how old they may be.
True, but still.
There are those in the world who cannot be with the ones they care for, as much as they may wish.
That's true. I'm sorry about that. That's right, the book. What were you reading?
I wasn't exactly reading. I do not enjoy reading lots of text, so I was looking at the pictures.
Is that so? You seem very cultured, so I thought you would be partial to reading. Perhaps you're actually more like Nellie and eschew your studies?
Yes.
I wouldn't have guessed. But you like looking at pictures?
I do.
What else do you like?
What?
What do you enjoy doing? It can be anything.
I enjoy being told stories.
Stories?
Yes. When I was young, my father would tell me tales.
What kinds of stories did you like?
There was one about an imprisoned girl. Oh, very family-friendly thing to tell your young daughter at a young age, impressionable age, huh?
Tell it to me.
Once there was a girl, and she was locked away in a mansion deep in the forest.
It's this mansion. It's this mansion. It's gotta be.
A mansion with only one window. But the window sat high upon the wall, far beyond her reach. So it was always very dark inside. Unlike this mansion, it's still the same mansion. It's gotta be. However, the girl did not like the outside world. There were lots of scary things out there after all. Though she may have been all alone in the mansion, she grew comfortable with darkness and time. She had nothing to be afraid of. And then, am I doing a good job?
You're doing fine. Keep going. What happens next?
Okay. And then the girl grew up. By then, she had already forgotten why she was locked up, but she was content with the darkness. However, her eyes couldn't help but be drawn to the little bit of light that spilled through the window. Though she was comfortable in the darkness, the sight of the light made her heart race. At first, the girl thought it was because she found it unpleasant, because she disliked the light and the outside. But slowly, she came to realize that she was curious about the outside world. What could be happening out there? For all she knew, the town, the forest, the people, all of it could have changed while she was imprisoned in the mansion. But she had no way of finding out. So the girl decided to write letters and throw them out the window. What began as empty grasping became routine, continuing for several months until she was finally ready to give up. But then, a beautiful white dove flew in through the window. Tied to the dove's leg was a letter. Her heart racing, she read the words contained within. It seemed to have been written by a man. The letter contained numerous questions for the girl. It also said that if she attached her reply to the dove, it would bring the letter back to him. She was astonished, but she wrote him back anyway, taking care not to mention where she was. After having exchanged letters a number of times, the two felt very close to one another, as though they had known each other for many years, despite having never met. I feel like this could be her or her family. I don't know. Never seeing the light would definitely cause a, allergy, if that's what it is, right? To sun. And eventually, the man said he wanted to meet her. Indeed. The girl was unsure what to do. Should she tell him how she lived? Should she reveal where she spent her days? She was afraid if she did, he would cease to send her letters. She was sure he believed her to be a young lady of noble blood, and not a girl locked away in a house deep in the forest. The girl could not bring herself to write a response. She released the dove through the window with nothing attached to its leg, and yet it returned with another letter, written in the man's familiar hand. "You must surely have a grave reason for your silence," it said. "I would like to know the reason, and I would like to help you, no matter what it may be. You have my word." She deliberated. Though his letters were kind, she did not know this man. He was from the outside. Would he still treat her the same way when he met her? And did she even want to step out into the world beyond? What do you think she did? Wrote a letter and agreed to meet him, right? Yes, she did. The girl made up her mind. She would write a letter. As always, when she tied it to the dove's leg, it flew out the window. And for some time after that, she received no response from the man. He's probably trying to find her. This saddened her, but she thought it was for the best. She belonged in her own confined world, her world of darkness. But then, one day, light shone into the mansion. The sealed door had been opened, and in the doorway stood a handsome young man. "I've come for you," he said. The man was a prince from a neighboring kingdom. When the girl stepped outside, before her sat a magnificent carriage, the likes of which she had never seen, accompanied by many servants. The prince, kind as in the letters, swore his love to her, and the two lived happily ever after. But why was she locked up, though? Why was she locked up? Who locked her up? Was there revenge against the person who locked her up? Okay. What a nice story. I'm glad it had a happy ending. A prince. He's like, I'm a prince. Was there something funny about the story? No, that's not why I was laughing. Do you ever imagine what it would be like if a prince showed up for you? Huh? It doesn't have to be a real prince, even just someone like one. Is that something you dream about? Oh, no. I think I'm perhaps a little too old for that. You think so? Nellie still fantasizes about her prince and she's 14. I just assumed all girls were the same. Lady Nellie's prince. That's you, Lord Mel, no? Is it not? I mean, we used to play make-believe a lot when we were kids, but I very much doubt she still thinks of me that way in earnest. When she calls me her prince now, it's mostly in jest. If it weren't, that would be concerning. Oh? That story, do you know if it's a regional tale? One that's been passed down through the ages? I'm not sure. It could very well be my own father's creation. You might think me conceited, but I think the story might be about me. Wow, I didn't guess that. The girl trapped in the mansion is you? You haven't been locked up anywhere before, have you? No, thankfully. I've never been locked up before.
Thank goodness.
But with an appearance like mine, I can sympathize with her being afraid of the outside world. I have at times imagined how wonderful life would be if it were only me and my father.
But the girl left the house in the end. If your father really wrote that story, then I believe it contains his hope for you to end up the same way.
Oh.
I don't have what it takes to be a real prince and whisk you away, but I can at least pretend. So, if it was your father's wish for you to see the outside world, then surely there's nothing wrong with you getting out and experiencing all the scenery the world has to offer. I want to see the outside too. Or, to be more specific, other countries. So, if you'd like, we could maybe go see distant lands together.
Dearest Mel, I've been looking all over for you.
Nellie!
Look at this, dearest Mel. Mother bought me these wonderful gloves to wear on walks. The roses embroidered on the wrists are just precious.
Oh my. You're right. They are beautiful. You appear to be dizzy, Lord Mel. Are you feeling unwell?
No, I'm fine. Alright, poor Mel. God, did he try there, though. Admirable.
Mel was feeling frustrated at his inability to convey his feelings to her. And as his frustration built up over time, he developed, I suppose you could call it, a severe case of lovesickness. For several consecutive nights, he had been afflicted with a peculiar sensation, a presence in his bedchamber.
What?
Death. Death to the unholy one.
What?
Death to the heretic. Death to the witch.
Kill someone. Frick. Why? I never wanted her to die. Was she not eating? Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like, how is she able to survive down there if no one was there? Well, I guess we didn't know no one was there, but I was assuming. We hadn't heard anything about anyone else. I was wondering if she'd starved to death. Seal off the tower. Understood. No one finds out about this. How can you be so calm? Don't you understand what you've done? Pinning the blame on me. How nice must it be to distort reality with panic? You're just as guilty as any of us. I never wanted her to die. I wonder if the white-haired girl... We never got her name. I wonder if she's a ghost. The witch killed her. The blood of the witch killed my... Is that daughter or wife? D-A-U-G... I mean, it wouldn't spell that anyway, I guess. It's daughter or wife. I would imagine. Ooh, splashing noises. Traumatic. A dream? What was that dream? It was horribly unsettling. I was holding someone, a girl I cared for dearly, in my arms, and she was limp. It was almost as if she were dead. I've been having a lot of unpleasant dreams lately. Is that a chair? Is that supposed to be a chair at the bottom there? Okay. I can't stop shaking. Why would I have such a dream? I feel sick. Back to sleep. But I wonder, who was that girl? I can sense someone standing beyond my door. Is someone there? It's like they're watching me. Is it just my imagination? I can't move. What do you want? Go away. The sound is growing fainter. Sleep paralysis? Probably not simply that. Is that truly what your story meant, Father? But such a magnificent garden. Something we could never have had. Are my intentions misguided? What a beautiful white rose. Oh. God, she's so spooky back there.
You know, you could have sneaked into his room rather easily then. No one was watching.
How long have you...
Oh, you needn't pay me any mind. I shall not condemn you no matter what you might do. Rather, I'm on your side.
I was not going to do anything.
Oh, is that so? Then perhaps you were out for a late night stroll. I imagine you have less difficulties going outside at night.
I beg your pardon. I will return to the mansion immediately.
Oh yes, that reminds me. It was also in the middle of the night when the grocer's servant broke into their safe. News of that spread quite far. I'm sure you would have heard about it.
Oh?
Although the Jamash was imprisoned? Dear me, I'm having trouble remembering. But worry not. If you wish for it, the mansion shall provide. You are in no danger whatsoever of getting caught.
You said that a witch lives in the mansion, did you not?
I did. Does that sound perhaps a little archaic to you?
No. I believe those rumors mockingly refer to me.
Oh my.
I've been accused of being a witch before, which is amusing. I don't have any magical powers. I simply have an unusual appearance.
My, what a lovely shade of red.
The rose.
Is something the matter?
This rose was white until I took it in my hand.
Is that so?
I apologize. I must sound mad. I'm sure I was just mistaken. I couldn't possibly have changed.
I wonder.
Yes?
Did the girl locked in the mansion become a princess?
What?
We should lock up and head to bed. Make sure all the shutters are closed nice and tight, and then draw the bar on the front door.
I don't think she became a princess. I think she died. I think she died. In that tower. My God. Okay. Well, I guess that's all, folks, for part 2. My God, there's so much happening. I'm so like invested now, which is good. Cause I wasn't like not invested, but I was just confused the entire time, all last time. But I'm still confused, but now I'm less confused? No, I'm still confused. I'm just more intrigued, I guess, by the confusion. But I'm at a loss for words. I'm so like intrigued by what's happening right now, and I have no idea what's going on. Okay, anyway. The maid and the girlie are something. I feel like the maid is like actually just the mansion or something. Or definitely connected to the mansion in some way, but I think we got that early on. The girl, I think, is trying to take revenge for having died. I'm not quite sure I understand entirely how. Like maybe just killing? I guess we'll figure it out. next time. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to comment below. Hopefully, again, I can keep up with this. I'm very intrigued. So let's cross our fingers. My ADHD doesn't kick in and I forget all about it like right after. All my socials are down below. Check those out if you want. Feel free. I have the playlist for part 1 and future parts will be in that as well. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for watching. I have nothing to, like, I'm, like, so in shock. I'm like, flabbergasted, so I have nothing to say. But, or everything to say, but none of it makes sense. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Ha ha ha.